Okay, Sam, I have maybe my opinion right now is going to be toxic. I do think doing things for exposure in the beginning of your career is not as bad as people make it seem nowadays.
In 2025.
Because listen, Sam, honestly, okay, yes, in 2025, you have to start from somewhere.
Only one way to the top makes sense. Why I'm in the lane all by myself. The digits go up when you got these medals up under your belt. But we ain't even counting those, cause the name speaks for itself. The bars are cold, the flow is tight, the look is tough. Then again, who else? Cause I come second to none. I'm Kenyan, got a pace you can never outrun. How do you think you'd survive in a game when I wasn't in a plan? Here's my blueprint, do what you can. Got the game.
What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 152 of the 30% podcast. I go by a fine African man. My co-host goes by Sam Are Jedediah Eliapenda.
You've never gone by that. I'm not going to let you just start.
I go by a fine African man, aka Afam. And in this podcast, we talk about the Kenyan music industry. We try and put you on to what's happening, what's going on. And most importantly, we try and highlight Kenyan music. Sam and I have been doing this since 2023. And you guys have been supporting us for the same period of time. So shout out to you guys. Sam, I have a game I want to play. So back in the day, like I want to say like 2 years ago, and that's not really back in the day, but there was a trend on TikTok. Well, not TikTok, but on Twitter. Somebody said humans either look like frogs or rats.
Stop. Humans either look like what? Frogs or rats?
Frogs or rats. People are like, that's the spectrum. You either look froggy or you either look ratty.
I don't know, but that's
so Sam.
That sounds racist.
What would you say?
It just sounds
it's
like,
not racist.
I don't know. It sounds like it would
stop
be.
Stop bringing racism into this.
Like
so Sam, what would you say? What would you say? What would you say I look like? Like, am I more on the ratty end of the spectrum or the froggy?
Yeah, nah, you give me rat vibes, bro. Give me rat vibes.
I give you rat vibes. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. You give me.
No, I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you to I don't care.
I was about to tell you.
No,
I've had a lot of time to think about this.
I know you have. I know you have. Just sitting down thinking about whether a human being looks like a frog or a rat. No, I know. I don't.
You don't want to know where you follow
I'm cool,
the spectrum.
Bro. Like this information would not
fine.
do anything.
But like, okay. For example, like for some of our stars, where would you say Calligraph Jones?
Yo,
falls?
my guy, this is not good. I don't know why you thought this was a good idea.
He's on the froggy end. He's on the froggy end of the spectrum. Whereas, for example, Butchos looks more ratty than he does look froggy.
This is wild.
It's not wild. It's just it's just an observation.
People are telling them they look like rats and frogs, fam. That's
No, but it's an observation. Okay. Like even outside of the Kenyan music industry, like Barack Obama, he looks more on the ratty side, and I guess maybe it's because of his ears or something like that. No, but it's true. It's a really good observation. Human beings genuinely fall in these categories. It's so true. Like Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry, for example, I would say is more froggy than he is ratty. You know, he has more froggy elements to
See,
him.
now there I might disagree with you.
You disagree with me?
Thierry is more ratty. No, because when you say rat, a rat has a slimmer face. A frog is like
more bony.
Yeah.
But it's not really just about the. I don't know. He has more froggy features, bro. There's some skinny people who have froggy features. Okay, like Mr. Bean, for example. Where would you say Mr.
Frog.
Bean
Yeah,
falls?
that's definitely frog.
Isn't he a frog? But he's not fat.
No, bro, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing this.
No, but it's interesting, though. Isn't it interesting?
This isn't interesting at all. Goodness. Oh man.
So if we circle back to our Kenyan artists, can we just do two more? Just two more.
Yo,
I just want to.
You can't do this. Like, you know how artists are sensitive.
Why?
You know how artists are sensitive, and as much as it has been jokes and laughs, it's going to be issues.
Sam?
All right, you know what? Fine, go ahead. Yeah, who else? Who else do you want to talk about?
Give me an artist name. Give me an artist name. Just anyone.
Have you mentioned any of the female artists? Because it's just, you see, now this is going to get, this is wrong. This is terrible. But then we've just been talking about the guys. Let's
give me a female artist.
I'm not giving you. I am not. You pick one and tell me. I am not going to be the one to give you a female artist to say whether they look like a frog or a rat. Do you think I would? No. But let's see though. Let me see. Oh, I have one in my head. Oh, I can't do this. No. Okay, no. Stop.
Why?
Stop. No.
Why? Why are you scared? Why are you being scary right now? It's not even meant to be like a mean thing. It's just an observation that was being given on the internet, man. Like, it's not even that deep. Like I said, me, I'm on the ratty side. I do agree. I do have rat-like features. That's such a funny thing to say about myself.
I have rat-like features.
It's true.
Bro,
I'm on the ratty end of the spectrum.
I sorry. I just you know what? In good conscience, I can't bring myself to name any of our.
Where would you say like
Prezzo?
What would you say Prezzo? What would you say like Prezzo, for example? Prezzo is really froggy, but he's really froggy though. Like, isn't he froggy?
I wish I could just mute myself from this whole section because this is bad.
Okay, fine. I'm done.
Thank you.
But the guys in the comments, listen. If you think an artist looks froggy or ratty, please feel free to share because I genuinely do think human beings can be
bad. You know how sensitive artists are. Artists are.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm not doing this to be mean. Like, it's just an observation somebody brought out in like the internet. It's not even a mean, like, it's just a fun thing.
Okay. You know what? Hey, listen. All hate be directed towards Afam, not
fine.
Sam
I'll carry the weight.
30%.
I'll carry the weight of the hate. It's fine.
Okay,
no
everything is directed towards him. What's up? How was your week? Apart from sitting down thinking about ridiculous ways to get our podcast cancelled.
Aside from that, I've been fine. What have I been doing? I've been actually working on a lot of music, I can't lie. Just trying to open up my chakras in terms of creativity.
Okay.
Stop frowning your face, Sam. Listen, what is everything I say like controversial now? Like, I can't even say the word chakras anymore.
I didn't say anything. Like, go ahead. Just go ahead, chakras. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been making a lot of music. I've also been watching Gen V. For those of you all who watch Gen V, man, the season is, I think it's like 3 or 2 episodes left. So I've been watching Gen V, so that's been nice. It's like a spin-off from The Boys. Did you watch The Boys?
No,
Sam?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. It's the one about Homelander. Anyway, so yeah, I've been watching a bunch of Gen V. The weather here is really taking a turn for the worst, man. Like right now, it's looks like there's gonna be a storm. So it's the way I used to complain about the heat. Maybe I was ungrateful. I don't know.
No, you aren't ungrateful. People always complain about the weather. When it's hot, you're complaining. When it's cold, you're complaining. When it's mild, you're complaining. That's fine. Do you think if there was a storm that someone will create a business where they have like a bunker, then you have to pay a subscription? Like, let's say let's not even say the storm. During the zombie apocalypse, that's for sure coming. For sure it's going to be in the future, right? Do you think some guys would have like, because with all these subscriptions that we have to pay for everything now, do you think people will have like a bunker where you have to pay subscriptions, and then if your subscription runs out, they kick you out?
That's a great business proposition, actually. I want a piece of that. Like, if there's anyone like who wants to get into that business, man, like, listen, hit me up,
Bunkerfy or something like that. I don't
bro,
know.
Bunkerfy. That would be so profitable, man.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, and people would pay for that. People would pay for that as a service. So yes.
Okay.
To respond to you, yes. But anyway, Sam, how have you been?
Been cool. I mean, I had a very busy end to the week. Was out with the Safari Oontz collective. We were at Alchemist. We had a show at Alchemist. Our second show. Our first show was in Gara. And that was like a good like test run. The second show was really good. A lot of people came out, and yeah, a whole bunch of DJs on set. I think it was like 17 DJs or something like that. And yeah, so I mean, it's DJs, guys who've been in the scene for a long time. One Down, Hiribai, Paps, DJ Mura, Ali Fresh, the whole crew, man, the whole crew, and a couple of artists too. Nesmburu was up there. He was singing. Tina Dor was DJing as well as being a vocalist. ZP, who is also on the project, was a vocalist on there as well. It was a vibe. The DJ sets were very cool. Kamusha started us off with like, and it was really interesting. Like, I think I might have mentioned this in a previous episode, but then like being the starter in a DJ set must be like because I mean when he started around, I want to say 8, if I'm not wrong, around that time, and everyone was just trickling in. Like the Alchemist was empty at that point, so you have to set the tone. But I think he did that really well, and then the show just kind of picked up. With everyone bringing their own flavor to everything. And then we ended up playing some of the songs that we had worked on during the camp, which was fantastic. The response to those was really, really good. I can't DJ. And so since I can't DJ, I had to participate in some way because I wasn't going to get left out. Right, we've been working hard and
hey, were you dancing on stage?
You know what? I just can't bring myself to, and I felt bad. Honestly, at the end of this, I felt bad. Like I really wanted to go. In hindsight, I should have just gone up on stage and just like lost my mind because everyone was up there just going crazy. And it's not that I didn't want to. I was feeling like I'm too good for it or anything. I just can't bring myself to go. I have stage fright. I can't bring myself to go on stage. Need to get over myself. But I couldn't DJ, so I was doing stage management for the whole show. And stage management is basically just being the runner, finding out, making sure everyone is there on time, and being like the liaison between the artists and the venue, Alchemist. So that was interesting. It was very tiring though, because like DJs would have like maybe it was an hour and 30 minutes every set, and some DJs were coupled up, so they'll do their hour and 30, then they can rest. I was on from like 4. I think I got there around 4 or 5 till 5 a.m. the next morning, just on my feet, making sure everything was done. Shout out to the team. Shout out to
oh my god, till 5 a.m.
Yeah, like I did not sleep at all. It was pretty cool. It was something new, I think, and I was kind of nervous at first because I was like, okay, how is this going to go? But ended up, I mean, it wasn't too difficult, at least. Again, because I knew the people we've been working with, so that was easier. And then all the things that I didn't know, it was good. It was pretty easy. Shout out to Jägermeister and their team, who are the sponsors of the show, and then also Alchemist for hooking that up. So that was super fun. I had a discussion with Peng. Peng is one of the guys who started Alchemist, and he'll be a really good guest on the show. Hopefully we can get him on later on. But yeah, we're just talking about, like, I got to pick, first of all, he has a really crazy story, but then I got to pick his brain about some of the things that are happening in the live scene. And it was just interesting seeing the perspective of someone who his venue constantly has shows, so it's like he's learned a lot from the Kenyan scene and venues. And it's a lot of the same things I think we've been talking about, and just in artists learning to invest in themselves. And that's a good conversation I think we could have.
Wait, so in what sense? Like, is it like artists aren't investing in themselves enough, or what's his observation?
Well, apart from just the economics of having to throw a show and how difficult it is, if he felt, and we were just talking about how these days, like, back in the day, guys would be selling CDs out of their trunks. Like, they'd be pushing CDs to everyone and just what it takes to be successful back in the day, like just the grind, like the literal grind you had to go through. People just the main word we came up with. I think a lot of people are entitled now, and he had his reasons for it. I feel like it's because of social media. Social media has made everything seem very accessible. It has made us, like, the moment you see, back in the day, you didn't know whether 1,000 people liked your music. You just kept going until you finally got to a stage and somewhere and you saw like a crowd of people. Then you're like, okay, yeah, this is crazy. But then now every day, one person has followed you, 5 people has followed you, 100 people followed you. You see 2,000, 5,000, 15,000 on your Instagram, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm really popping. And so immediately you lose that drive. And it's
that hustle.
The hustle, yeah. And so that was one of the things that we came up with. Is just people just aren't ready to grind anymore and do shows for next to nothing just to get your name out there. And not, of course, I don't fully support that. I really feel like artists need to get paid for. Even when you're like little, when you're small, rather. There is value there.
Really? So. Do you actually believe that? Do you believe artists need to always get paid, like, from the jump, like always like fight for your worth?
I think us not fighting for our worth is not a result of a positive thing in the industry. It's a result of a negative thing. Mm-hmm. We've made it seem like it's part of the story, in the sense that, okay, yeah, I did shows for free, and because I did shows for free, I got experience and stuff. I still feel like if people value each other, you can do shows. You don't have to get, of course, just the way things work, you're not going to get paid like you're high. You're not going to earn your most like when you start. It's going to be low. But then I still feel like people should get value of some sort. This whole doing things for free, and it's that whole,
okay,
if you phrase it different, it would be the whole exposure thing. Like, some people, sometimes you won't be, would you?
Okay, Sam, I have maybe my opinion right now is going to be toxic. I do think doing things for exposure in the beginning of your career is not as bad as people make it seem nowadays.
In 2025.
Because listen, Sam, honestly, okay, yes, in 2025, you have to start from somewhere, right? You're not going to start with all the clout in the world.
But
if you're a live, if you're a live artist, right? Like, you're not going to start with people knowing that you can draw in hundreds of people. Sometimes people have to take a chance and see, okay, this is what you can do, right? Fine, let's give you a shot. Let's see what you can do. Maybe you'll do it for free the first few times, but then that's how you kind of develop that, like, trust in people. And then they'll be like, he's actually, people are coming to see this person now. Fine, maybe let's actually pay him what he's worth, like, or her.
But why does taking a chance always result in lowering the artist's value?
But that's just, okay, because it's not about lowering the value. It's not about lowering the value. It's about,
that's exactly what it is.
Does this artist want to make it, like, for real? You know what I mean? Now, there's a fine line. Obviously, we don't want people to just, like, be taken advantage of. And a lot of people do do this for exposure thing to take advantage of you. But then there's also sometimes when genuinely you might not have factored into the plans, and maybe you just came in and you're like, yo, just give me a chance. Just give me 5 minutes. Let me prove my worth. And they're like, I bet, like, let's see what you can do, but we won't pay you. You know what I mean? And that goes to the hustle. That goes to the hustle that people don't have anymore.
Yeah, and that's fine. Look, give me a chance is fine.
Okay, the example I've given is too idealistic.
But
it's
like, for example, like at a show, let's say I'm a new DJ, right? And now I have to go out and do shows for free. But your venue is going to make money off that. My thing is,
but
why
Sam,
does the artist have to take that L when everyone could still benefit from it.
It's not an L. But
It is.
It's not. So you have to change your perception, especially if you're starting out. Like okay, so you and I doing things for free now wouldn't make sense because we've been in the game for a while, right? But when I started, I didn't expect to make any money off of any music, any beats that I sent to anyone. I did it for the love of the game, and I did it because I wanted to get exposure and
That's
also
true.
develop my catalog, right?
Yeah.
How are people going to have like if you only say, so you're new in the game, you just graduated off of the DJ school, or you just learned a bunch of DJ stuff on YouTube, and now you're good at making DJ sets and stuff, right? And you now want to have a show. And now you're just there in your room being like, you'll pay me to do a show. No, you have to actually go out and DJ a set for free, whether you put this thing together or whether you bandwagon yourself in a show.
Why though?
And then you see,
why does it have to
because
be
you need
free?
people to see you doing it. You need it to be documented. You need to. That's how you build your portfolio. Like, how are people gonna see that you're doing something if you're starting out? And you have to do things.
An industry that's
opinion,
okay with that is an industry that takes that further and rips off artists. Now that switches up. Because now an artist who could be more established could look at you and say, hey, listen, I'm bigger than you, you're small, so whatever you're doing things, I'm still helping you out to get to the next level. And that could be at a point where you probably should be getting some sort of compensation for or recognition or whatever it is for the work you're doing. And an industry that's okay with the beginning of, listen, we're going to you have to do things for exposure in this. It's always going to get bigger. There's always going to be levels to that. And it doesn't matter how big you are. There's going to be someone who will think that they're doing a favor for you and putting you on, and so then end up being devalued. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but your argument is too idealistic. It's too idealistic in the sense that that's just not how real life works. You have to prove your worth every single time. If I didn't make music for free just because I loved it, nobody would ever know that Afam is a producer. If I came out the jump just like charging people $500 for a beat, do you think I'd be anything?
Now you're exaggerating, because of course you can't come out charge. Okay, you can actually come out and charge $500. It depends on who you market it to. Your first beat could be someone's hit record. Like, it depends on who you're marketing it to. Maybe you don't have the resources right now.
That's not how life works. My first beat is not going to be somebody's hit record 99% of the time. Like, that's just how it's going to be for most people. All I'm trying to say is the way it works, and not necessarily just in the Kenyan music industry, this is in all industries. I personally think an individual has to show real initiative to get into the scene that they would like to get into, right? Now, what does initiative mean? What does passion mean? What does drive mean? It means that when you're starting out at something, you don't anticipate being paid like lavishly or even at all. Now, is this right? This is not the argument that I'm having. The argument isn't a moral standpoint on whether it's right or wrong. Because if we're having a moral argument or discussion, then I agree with you. I think artists deserve to be paid whether or not they are starting out or highly established. I agree with you 100%. Right? But the reason why I'm saying you're idealistic is because while me and you hold that belief, that's not how the world works. We exist
why do we always bypass
but we
the moral?
exist in the context of the world that we live in. That's just the truth.
But we
and the truth is, if you want something,
hold on,
you're gonna have to do something. Okay. That actually sets a very bad precedent. What I said last. So I need to clean that up. But
I get what you're saying. But then we always do this thing where there's the moral thing to do and the right thing to do. And then we just throw that to the side and say, listen, we live in a world that's blah, 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 blah. No.
But we do though.
We try and bring back morals in the world. How about we do that? How about we place art in its right value? And it's just, Sam, listen, my thing is if we end up doing that at a low level, there's nothing stopping us from doing it at a high level. And that's an industry that's going to devalue itself.
So, Sam, you fight for that. I, on the other hand, will do a few things for free, right? I'll get my name out there. People will begin to know, oh, this is how Alpha moves around. And then I will get leverage to be able to actually show people this is my value. And unfortunately, that's how it works. That's how it works.
Not all leverage is
because
good
listen,
leverage, though. Not all leverage is good
What are you
leverage.
talking about? What are you talking about? So listen. If you're a new artist, right? a new DJ, right? And you DJ a show that has 500 people and you didn't get paid, and this is your first gig, right? And then you get a chance to do 1,000 people, and they still don't pay you well. Maybe they pay you like something really throwaway.
Do they have
for
the
that
money enough to pay me?
Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they do.
They know,
but then listen,
even at that
you
lower
come
level
out,
what I'm worth,
Sam,
and I know what I'm worth,
no,
and
but
I've communicated that. No, hold on.
But you interrupted me. I hadn't finished.
Right,
so
sorry,
I'm
my bad.
interrupting
Pardon
you
self.
from
Pardon self.
interrupting me, right? So listen.
Interrupception.
It's interrupception. Listen, if you have those two shows now in your bag, right? You've been exposed to 1,500 people, right? There is video, let's assume. There is video of you doing your thing for your first 2 gigs, right? Do you know what you have that you didn't have before you did these shows for free? You have leverage because you have proof that you DJed in front of 1,500 people and they actually enjoyed the sets, right? And so you can show the next person that, yo, listen, I get busy when I DJ and this is what I did.
Okay.
And the next person, now it's on you. So now it's on you,
stay there,
and maybe if
right
you have
there,
a team.
Stay right there.
No.
Right there.
It's on
wait.
you
Okay, pause.
to like now defend your portion.
Stay right there, and just answer a very simple question. Because the venue has enough money to pay this new DJ. You as a new DJ, you know, okay, just from asking around, okay, I might not be worth the 50 or 100 an hour, but I might be worth the 25 or might be worth the 10. The venue has that, and you have, and you know what you're worth, at least at that level.
Okay, I'm following.
If you DJ with the venue properly compensating you, do you think that that's going to stop what you said in terms of now you've taken videos and people are saying and you get the exposure? Do you think that if you get paid, you cannot get the same exposure? If people don't treat your value as a way for them to make a little bit more of you than you probably should be at that stage, do you think that you won't get the same exposure? That's what I'm saying, is that you would still get the same exposure. You might even perform better because you know that there's money coming into my pocket now. And so I'm going all out and I'm trying to give these guys the best show. I'm tired of people saying that, you have to take that L first of all, just so that you can learn.
I don't like your question. Let me say why I don't like your question. Because yes, I agree with you. If you're compensated at the lower level, then yeah, of course you'll still be able to capitalize on that. Fine, yeah, great, right? But here's the better question you could have asked would be: would the venue?
Don't tell me what my. Don't tell me you could have asked a better question. That's so disrespectful, bro. That's the question I'm asking you. No. Hey, let me show you how to ask me a bit. No, just relax. That's crazy. Don't do that again, man. Don't tell a grown man you can ask a better question.
Okay, but listen. Okay, the question I actually thought you were going to ask me
that's the same thing, but
is the venue.
It's the same thing, but go on.
Is the venue going to go broke paying smaller DJs what they're worth? I thought that's the question you're going to ask me.
That's
because
essentially,
of course not.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm asking. Like, is the venue going to suffer paying you that money? No, because they have it. And you're offering them a service.
They have
and you're doing them something.
They do. But Sam, let me just tell you something. Sam. You're a lower level DJ. A venue might need slots for lower level artists or DJs to fill before they have their main their main A-level artists get to the stage later in the day, right? Now you, because you want to be paid, and you're absolutely green. I'm talking about somebody who's absolutely green, right? You've never really had.
Hold on.
Any
When you say green,
sort
do you
of
mean green
exposure.
and unskilled or green and skilled? Because those are two different things. When green, do
No,
you mean
you're
that?
skilled.
Okay.
No, there's so many people who can be skilled and green, right? You've
All right.
never really had any sort of exposure. So this could be your first chance to gain some exposure, but you want to be paid. Now, here's the thing. There are a myriad of people just like you who will take the same opportunity for free.
That's because
And
we have
get that
allowed
same
ourselves
exposure.
to believe that it is okay
Which
to
is
take
true,
exposure.
But Sam,
Exposure is not value.
Sam, you keep on okay. But Sam, this is the thing. This is the thing, though. This is the thing that I have to drive home. Morally, I agree with you, but it's just not how the world works. And you have to exist and you have to thrive in a world that will not pay you what you're worth, especially when you're beginning.
Yeah,
It's just how things are.
Listen, I agree with you.
It's just things how are.
I agree with you there. You have to
as
thrive.
I said, it's just how things are. Oh my God. You're making me even say the wrong
That's
things.
on you. That's on you. If that's the world we're living in, then yeah, definitely you have to make that work, obviously.
That's
just
my
saying
argument.
that if we all figured out a way to fix that, then maybe there'd be more people who would earn more from their money earlier and be able to invest that to become better faster. And we can have a better artist
okay, so now
field for it.
Sorry to interrupt. If we are having this argument, what you've just said, then I am on your side. If now the more established artists or the more established DJs can come together to make sure that the up and coming artists get paid what they deserved or what they deserve to make, and we make it a better ecosystem for them, for the new people coming up, then I do agree that's absolutely needed. That's
but the more
absolutely
established
necessary.
artists and DJs are the ones who are taking advantage of the younger producers and younger artists.
Exactly. And so, and that's the reality. You see, for me, I do agree. Like those people who are like, it's one of those things where it's like, people feel like, oh, I came up through the struggle, so you also need to come up through the struggle, and that thinking is toxic, right? But what I'm saying is, we are coming up in a toxic environment already. Right? Now, if you're a young upcoming artist or DJ or producer, this is just how things are. So as much as you want to get paid what you're worth or what you feel like you deserve, it's just not always going to pan out the same way. Now, if you want to fight for what you're worth, then please, by all means, Afam from the 30% podcast is telling you to go and fight for that. I'm just saying sometimes exposure can really, really take you far. You just have to be smart about how you use the leverage to benefit you in the future in the ways that you think it'll benefit you. You know what I mean? And that's just how things are. And I don't want to keep on saying the same thing because I feel like I'm just saying the same thing.
We've dragged this long enough. I think. But then my final will be: I don't think exposure should be a bargaining tool for someone's value. I think that's just sad as an industry because you can't stop that. That will happen at every single level. And that's what the labels do to artists also. It goes all the way to the top. Starts from the bottom, right from how new you are, up to the labels. Oh, am I getting heated?
And my thing is, as much as that's sad, it is what it is. And for me personally, I want to make it. So I'm going to do what I need to do to get to the position that I need to get. Now, I'm not going to compromise my values to do so, because that's what I was saying earlier, like when you start talking about certain things, then the lines could get blurred. Of course, I'm not going to compromise my values, right? But if I have to do a few things where it's just exposure based, I'm going to do it.
All right. I mean,
simple as.
Well, okay. I guess everyone has their line. Everyone has what they're okay with and not okay with, but Hey, so
now if it's a Diddy type of situation, like, bro, no, we're not doing whatever these weird industry people want you to do for them, for you to, like, you know what I mean, like gatekeepers. That, of course, no, that's a huge no, of course. Like, if you're listening to this podcast and you're ever in a situation where somebody is actually asking something unreasonable from you, then 100% no. But if you have to do some things that are exposure based, I personally, I'll take the L, I'll take the hit, I'll use that leverage to benefit the things that I'm trying to.
I mean,
how I rhymed, I rhymed a little bit there.
If those are
anyway, sorry.
All right. Do you want to maybe finish the verse then? Since you're so hyped about the first 2 bars.
Yeah, you should have let me. I had another line.
You want to
coming,
finish the verse.
It's
I mean, then just to wrap this up, if that's the situation that you are in, then obviously you have to do the most.
I was really trying to wrap it up.
Oh gosh. Oh man, yeah, we definitely need to leave this. But then, yeah, if that's the situation that you are in, then I mean, you have to use that to the best of your advantage. I just don't think that's how it should be. Anyway, the Safari Oontz thing was great. We enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Some good DJs, some great music, and yeah, hopefully looking forward to the next one and the project dropping singles, whatever it is. So
yeah.
Oh
my God, we really yapped about that.
Well.
I think let's get into
just yeah. I mean, we could get into I guess this is a bit of an update on the recent blankets and wine disaster.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
Where, of course, the show last week. Was it last week or it's 2 weeks ago now? I don't know. But being on the podcast just completely messes up I don't know what timing is the podcast timing and anyway, blankets and wine happened recently. And September 28th, rather, in September. And then the show, of course, wasn't the greatest. There was a lot of complaints. There's complaints about the venue, complaints about the performances and time in slots and whatnot. And so Blankets didn't really say anything much about it until recently. And the reason they said something was because apparently a lawyer decided to file a complaint with the CAK, Competition Authority of Kenya, over the festival. And he's trying to get some investigations done. Okay, he's trying to get some investigations done. He's alleging that there was unfair trade practices and consumer welfare violations. He actually listed under Section 9 of the Competition Act, which I need to actually look at, Cap 1504. So yeah, I mean, the gist of this, the whole thing is that the Blankets promises, they promised a great show, they promised a premium show, they promised an experience that, you know, the attendees will not forget, that kind of thing. And they failed to deliver. And so he's trying to be honest, I'm not sure what he's trying to do. I think he's calling them out and seeing whether anything would work. My question to you, Afam, is that do you think that this guy has a right to sue? I mean, not to sue, but then to go
right,
about this.
I guess. I mean, if he has the right to do whatever he wants to do. I don't know if the people asked for this, because is he suing on behalf of us?
Oh man, yeah. Is a self-appointed vigilante. Self-appointed vigilante.
Hey, I hope it works out. I don't know. So if he gets compensation, who is getting paid?
So his demands are the CAK should investigate, and then compensation should be issued to should be given back to the people for the terrible experience.
It's never happening. I'm sorry. Sorry to be cynical, but it's just not going to happen. But I do think it's valid in the sense that if people did have a horrible experience, bro, like, I get why somebody would be impassioned enough to want to take them to court over this.
Yeah, I don't know how this just feels. It kind of feels funny.
The realistic side of me just feels
jokey.
like it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, it just feels like jokes.
I just don't think it's going to go anywhere. Yeah, like, I don't. Okay, see, I don't know how law works, like in the nitty gritties, but like it just doesn't sound feasible to me that this is going to like go in unless like if people were, you know how like in America like they'll have like events where people actually genuinely go through harm and distress, or like the thing that happened with like Travis's
Astroworld
concert, Astroworld and whatever, like lives were genuinely at risk and stuff like that, etc. Then there I see how I just think if people's lives were genuinely at risk, then okay, I see why. But if people just had a bad time, yeah, I'm sorry. Like you all will have to just hold.
You just had a bad time. You didn't really enjoy yourself. You can't sue. You can't take people to court for not enjoying yourself.
No, unfortunately, you can't. You just the best course of action would be to not support the events in the future. Like that's the only thing that you can do. But if lives were genuinely at risk, like let's say there was a medical emergency, they were slow to like help the person who was struggling. There was no resources. There was nothing. You know what I mean? Then I see how that makes sense. So, I mean, while I think this comes from a good place, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But then again, I am no lawyer, so this might actually be something. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. The reporting that we got is very surface level. One thing that I think he's good. One good thing that could come out of this is just the holding blankets accountable, which is another thing that I was talking about with Peng. Is a lot of these shows sometimes just, I mean, you have a terrible show and then once everyone leaves, that's it. Like you don't say anything about it. But then again, this is people's time and they've paid money for it, and it wasn't cheap too, right? They've paid money for the show, and so at least there should be a little bit of ownership on your part. And Blankets did come out apparently to make a statement. Basically, I mean, it's helpful to see the festival basically saying that thank you for the feedback. We acknowledge that there were some things happening, and then they blamed network issues and just also blaming other things, which is fine. Maybe they have reason to, maybe they don't have reason to. But then that accountability of, listen, we're working on it and we are sorry, and we'll try and figure it out. The only problem with that is I think the Kenyan people, in terms of festivals, with just everything that goes on, I think Kenyan people are tired of "we are sorry." I think we just want to have a good show as expected. Like the "we're sorry" thing is getting kind of tired. Like we'll try and we'll work on it next time. But yeah, they're talking about the show at the end of the year, December, and yeah, they're working to make sure that show will be as good as it needs to be. I mean, honestly, at this point, we'll wait.
Agreed.
Wait and see. Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Let's wait and see how this unfolds. Okay, Sam, do you want to get into new music? Why did I say it like that?
Let's do it. Let's do it. This week, I honestly did not do much. However, I was really excited when I clicked on Calligraph Jones's track, Nature Ya Binadamu. And
yeah, same.
Yeah. And that song, honestly, as I was listening to it, I just think that song is a diss track to Afam, because I feel like Afam is I feel like like everything he was saying, I was like, this applies to Afam. I mean, someone will grind from day one, and then you'll come and tell him that, oh, you don't like the way he sounds, you don't like the way he raps. Like, it's his career. Let him do what he needs to do. So Afam, you caught a diss track, you caught some strays. That's cool. Since you're on your rapping game now, we'll be waiting for your reply. But Afam, Calligraph dropped Nature Ya Binadamu. I like this Calligraph. I just like introspective rappers. I like introspection. And he was just, detailing his wishes and kind of what he hoped to do with some of his family members, and making his pops proud. And I will say when it comes to the message in that song, like, huge props. Nah, you can't call please on. You can't call please. You can't call please on the song that you've been dissed.
No, for real. No, genuinely. I was listening to it and I was like, hey, like, I love the message that he's giving on this song. I will, however, say it's mixed really badly.
See, look at what you're doing. Look, someone has poured their heart out, and you start with love and then end with hate. That's crazy.
But Calligraph is at the top of the totem pole in Kenyan music. Like, it sounds like he's really recorded this on a dynamic, like, performance microphone and just slapped reverb and said, Inshallah, let's hope people receive this well.
We do have a lot of inshallah mixing in this country, actually.
It's just vibes and inshallah when it comes to mixing, my guy. Like, bro, like, what are we doing here, man? Like, bro, I want to hear Calligraph, like, sound good, like, in a song. Because, like, the stuff he was saying was actually genuinely really, 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 really moving. And I was, like, really into it. But then what's taking me out of my immersion is that the quality was just not where I expect Calligraph's quality to be.
Okay, that's cool. Well, he still dissed you, so waiting for a response. All of this talk is not going to change anything. Toxic dropped Euphoria. I would personally.
Do you think
feel
Toxic lyrically is more on the froggy or ratty side? Because in my opinion, it's more on the ratty side of things. If you really
can't
look at
say
it,
this is not a good line. I don't know why you keep. This is not a good thing to keep bringing up.
You
can't just take anything from the internet and come bring it to this podcast. We're trying to grow it.
Okay, sorry.
You can't just take whatever from the internet and come and think that's going to work here. Don't do that again. He dropped Euphoria along with a video visualizer for that. Some visuals for that. So shout out to him. This is a lot better, I think, than his previous releases. It sounds closer to what I think he should be doing. I wouldn't say it's there yet. Like the problem with having a hit song is that becomes your standard. And so now you really do have to, it doesn't always have to sound the same, but then the quality and the listener can tell in terms of quality. Like
one thing I would say, because I watched the video, I was like, bro, at this very time last year, just look at what Toxic, the videos he was releasing.
A hit song can change your life.
But here's the thing that's annoying though. And I just had this thought. I was like, it's so good to see him, like he's on a boat. Like it looks like he's enjoying his life, right? But there might be some people out there who are like, yo, we miss the old Toxic. Yeah, when he made Chinje.
You're saying I miss the old Toxic when he's just blown up in 3 months. I miss the old Toxic.
There's people like that. There's people out there who have said exactly that.
It has to be at least a year, not even a year, a short time, 2 or 3 years before you can say you miss the old artist. Like you can't say you miss the old artist and he just had the song was literally just popping 2 months ago. That's not how life works. We demand too much from artists, man. Let the guy live his life. Also, it could also be perception. So,
agreed.
Yeah, but that was cool. YBW Smith dropped a Project Street Royalty Volume 1. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I went through a couple of songs. Coco B and Cheryl Fuaso. Cheryl Fuaso is a really cool artist that I've been working with. They dropped No Love in Nairobi. There's no love in Nairobi. And that's really true. There's no love in Nairobi, I found.
Wait, just hit that riff one more time.
No.
Hit that riff
one more time. I have to auto-tune that too, by the way. There's no love in Nairobi. And there never is any love. And when you find love, that love is someone else's love. And it's just crazy. Listen.
Yep, Nairobi is one big bedroom.
I didn't even mean it in that way, but okay, sure. Cheryl also dropped Itajipa. Just talking about, again, kind of what we were talking about earlier, and just like as an artist and wanting to be successful in a way, and just hoping for that success to come through. So shout out to her. The other thing I listened to was Wameyo by Elsy Wameyo. And I have a controversial question for you, Afam, and you have to answer. Don't dance, okay? Do you feel like Elsy is Kenya's best rapper? Think about all the rappers that we have. We have the Femi ones. We have the
We have Saru. We have
Diana
Mandy.
Chords. Would you consider Diana Chords
we have
Yeah.
Diana Chords. Diana Chords be getting down as well. I'm putting Groovy Joe in the list.
I'm not talking about presentation.
When Groovy Joe starts to go, she goes. She starts to go.
I'm not talking about
TG
presentation.
Black,
I'm just talking about rapping, like rapping, like putting words together.
So I'm just trying to rattle the list together just to see. TG Black be rapping as well.
Yeah, she's good. She's up there. She's up there for sure.
There was this one girl who was part of what was her name? She was part of this crew called Riet Gang. She was also hard. Let's see. There is Apoda.
Can
Apoda
she be in
is
the
Apoda is
conversation if
cool.
you've forgotten her name? I don't know.
No, but she's there. People who know Rietu Gang will know who I'm talking about.
All right.
Let's see. Who else be rapping? She's up there. Elsy Wameyo is up there. I would say when it comes to just the production quality in terms of like the videos,
Yeah,
just the way we perceive her, like
almost everything else.
yeah, she's definitely not. Oh, this Valerie Mudoni. Oh my God, listen, I didn't want to. I'm trying not to forget people who. Anyway, just to be vague enough, like especially with the new. So let's compare her like to the newer age of like rappers. You know, there's still the Stella Mwangis out there who, bro, she's no slouch. She's no slouch.
She's no
still be
slouch.
rapping. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Fact, she's no slouch.
I think Elsy is definitely like carving her niche, carving her name out there. So if she's not number one, like she's gonna be in the mix very, very soon for that conversation. So in short, I have really not given you the staunch, like full blown answer that you looked for. I've given you a very
honestly,
PC answer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sam.
PC Afam. Honestly, I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect anything else from you. But yeah, no, that was a really cool song, really good song. Talking about, just her talking about herself really, and doing what rappers do. Hey, I'm the best. I'm the biggest. Over some good drums. So shout out to her. I hope she's gearing up to give us a project. We always want projects from people. But yeah, I hope she's gearing up to give us something. And yeah, continue releasing. I would say I didn't listen to a lot of music this weekend. Billy Black, Watangoja. That was a interesting song. It was good to see Billy Black outside again, releasing some music. So yeah, I think that might have been the extent of what I paid attention to.
All right. So for me, I want to just give a shout out to Genesis Geno. He dropped his video to Pretty Girl. Obviously he dropped his project a while ago, but I just wanted to tell y'all should go and see that. I listened to Take It Easy by Odiwa Muranga, Jofis and Josephil. Jofis and Josephil should be like a children's book. Anyway, I listened to Ache by Gavin Mungai. What a song. What a song. Honestly, in my opinion, one of the best releases this week. Listened to Pink Panthers. She dropped her project Fancy Some More. It's like it has everybody in the world. I don't even know how they pulled this off, but it's like a remix pack that has like everyone you can think of. I don't know how they did that, but like shout out to Pink Panthers. Storyteller Sam, Nigga Sean, they dropped a song called Fully Auto with a video. One of the best videos I've seen this year. Shout out to them. And it's so simple, but like it just has the feeling. It just gives me the feeling. So shout out to Storyteller Sam and Nigga Sean. And yeah, aside from the ones that you mentioned, I think there's just one song. It is East to Hollywood or H-Wood by Xenia and Ukweli. Honestly, whenever we mentioned it, when they released the song Rudia, I was like, oh, when Xenia and Ukweli like link up, it's amazing. And honestly, they don't disappoint when they work together. It's genuinely magic when both of them kind of join forces to make music. I don't even know what else to say. Like, I listened to this and I was just so blown away. The quality of the writing and the production is really up there on an international standard. And you know what? I'm going to stop being like, no, I expect that, actually. I expect that from us nowadays. Like, we are the international standard. You know, let me take the surprise out of my voice. Like, what am I even doing? I've caught myself. Like, this is what we need. We need more of this. Like, genuinely, I listened to this song and I was just really moved by just how good it is. And I want to give them their flowers. What a song. Honestly, one of my favorite R&B songs that's come out this year. It's in my top 3. in terms of R&B Kenyan songs. So shout out to them. How did you feel about the song? Because for me, it's just bar none, one of the best things I've listened to in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was good. It was good. Very well done. Of course, Xenia and her vocal stackings and her melodies, really cool. And the production was solid too. On the lo-fi-ish, just chill sound. Yeah, it's cool. I enjoy it.
Yes, sir. So y'all are about to listen to the smooth sounds of Xenia Manasseh and Ukweli on the song East to H Wood.
I've been living a life that you only could dream of. Many sleeps in the east, now I wake up in Hollywood. Oh, all it took was some words and a cup full of melodies. Yeah, all of my sweet dreams are made of feast. Realize ain't no reason to keep all I have to myself. No, it ain't healthy, 'cause they don't tell you how the choice can turn your whole world all around. So now I feel the weight of all my blessings. Nowadays there's too many to mention. I'm the one that holds me down. It's crazy how I feel it now. Nowadays I'm not one to settle. Keep all the words from my mental, yeah. Living for the here and now. No reason to turn back now, no. I see all the words on the page and can't complain, baby. I was asking for the rain. And when it rained, it poured, a thunderstorm remained, and I jumped right in it. At this point, I don't need blue skies. I'm thriving in the gray. Let it all wash away. 'Cause they don't tell you how the choice can turn your whole world all around. So now I feel the weight of all my blessings. Nowadays there's too many to mention. I'm the one that holds me down. It's crazy how I feel it now. Nowadays I'm not one to settle. Keep all the words from my mental, yeah. Living for the here and now. No reason to turn back now, no.
That was East to H Wood by Xenia and Ukweli. Shout out to them. Shout out to y'all for just putting Kenyan R&B on the map. Really, really love that, man. Shout out to you guys. And also, shout out to y'all for listening to this podcast 152 times. We don't take that lightly over here because you guys are on our journey to make sure that Kenyan artists are paid more and played more, which kind of goes against my whole argument earlier this.
See? You see exactly what I'm talking about. No. See?
No. But y'all know what I meant. Y'all know what I meant when I was arguing, man. Y'all know what I meant. But ultimately, for me, I want to see artists get paid what they're worth. But I'm just saying we exist in the context of how things are.
Paid more in exposure.
We just do.
Yeah.
I'm being a realist. That's all I'm being. But let's not rehash this. So again, shout out to you guys. And yeah, man. Usually like to end the podcast with the 3 C's, which is essentially a mantra that I thought up for myself to kind of get better at this music thing. Because, bro, I'm in the trenches with everyone, bro. Sometimes it's just difficult to even be able to create. But number one is confidence. You always have to be confident in your art. Like if you're confident in yourself, in your art, and the way that you're releasing your music and stuff, people will feed off of that confidence. They'll feel it, and trust me, it's going to resonate. Number two, consistency. If you're not consistent, your music is not going to improve, or people are not going to notice what you're doing. You have to be consistent. Consistency is better than talent. And number three, craft. Always work on your craft. Every day, dedicate some time to your passions, and trust me, that will add up in a really, really positive way. Sam?
Yeah, just briefly before we leave, just condolences to the family of Shalkido, formerly with the Sailors Gang, who passed away recently due to an injury he sustained in an accident. So, I mean, family losing a young man really at this stage of his life must be very difficult. So just our condolences to them and to everybody who knew them in the industry and knew him rather in the music industry. And yeah, sad, very sad, very sad.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Apart from that, thank you guys for listening. Let us know not who you side with, but then what you feel about the conversation that we were having earlier. And yeah, is exposure necessary? Is exposure necessary, or should we get paid?
With you, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, in fact, that's the only reason why you've asked people. That's the only reason even you've asked people. You know me, because you know everyone will side with you.
I don't try and get sympathy from human beings. I don't need sympathy from human beings. But no, yeah, let us know.
It's not sympathy.
Mm-hmm. It kind of is actually. It's sympathy clout. Yeah, let us know. Again, please share this podcast with somebody who you think could benefit or add to these conversations. And yeah, hit us up. Let us know what you think, what you feel about what we're doing here, and play KE. Bye.
And play KE. We'll see you guys in episode 153.